something. Shh. We shouldn't be talking about this.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 19. I don't know what I was trying to do there. Where we decided we're just gonna go with the flow this episode and talk random. So we
Since we
will
linked it to a
never
topic last time.
at all get off track in this episode.
Nope. Because that is this episode. This episode
That
is off track.
Off
It
the
is.
rails.
Off the rails. There are no rails. So,
Exactly.
I just want to start by telling y'all about my dinner. Okay? So, as you know, I had Taco Bell, and now our listeners know that too. Taco Bell's life. First off, such disappointment. They got rid of their nacho fries. I made sure to put in a request to get those on the menu permanently. Not sure how well that'll work. 2, I get to the drive up or through or whatever, and like, okay, so for non-frequent flyers of Taco Bell, in the app, you can do the little check-in button, and then you give them like 4-digit code, kind of like McDonald's, I think, and then like it just adds like your points onto there, so then like it pops up for them, like, or like on the menu screen, it's like, hi Jasmine, and la 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 la. So I pull up, I'm ready with my 4-digit code, and all of a sudden, AI starts talking. And there's a little sign, and it's like we're testing out an AI system. Please be patient. I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you spent that much money on people taking orders. But if they actually use AI to take orders, they better make stuff cheaper. I know stuff's already cheaper at Taco Bell, but they can make stuff cheaper.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, like taking jobs out of people's resumes.
Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of what we expected with AI, right?
Yeah. The only reason I could get behind AI though, at like Taco Bell or even like McDonald's, is like if they had fewer workers overnight. You know, like for like since they stay
Oh,
overnight,
yeah.
like if they just
Then
like
you better
did
be open
orders
24
like that.
hours.
Yeah,
Just
I mean they
saying.
still have to have someone cooking.
Yeah, I guess there's that. Until they bring out their AI robots, then you don't have to worry about it.
Yes, and then
You
we won't
employ
have
people
jobs.
during the day, and then at night when I want to make a Taco Bell run at 3 o'clock in the morning because we're up having our long convos, then I can.
Midnight Taco Bell
And I can
runs.
say, look, a robot made my burrito.
They look different. They do.
Speaking of Taco Bell, though, you know how last year they did that whole like launch thing where they were getting these things or whatever?
Think
Remember
so.
that?
Maybe, yeah.
The big cheese
They had
it
a,
contract.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
they did another one this year.
Churro.
Yeah, I saw that.
Churro? I think
Yeah.
they already have churro.
No, but it was like a spin on a churro.
Oh.
It was like a cheesecake churro?
It's a birthday cake churro.
Birthday cake churro. But anyhow, as you were saying, Tegan.
Oh, it was just listing some things, and I was like, that doesn't sound that good. I mean, there were some things that sound good, but then at the end, they were like, possibly Taco Bell Cafe. And I was like, what?
I don't know how to feel about that one.
Yeah. There was a lot of things in there that I was like, I don't know how I've, like, they had, like,
what if they, like,
poutine?
leaned into, like, the Mexican side of things, and they had, like, an
horchata
coffee?
That would be good.
That would be a game changer. Or, like, an horchata hot chocolate? Chai?
You know, actually,
chai would work.
The hot chocolate would be too solely. You don't think so?
I don't know. The rice.
No, I could get down with that.
I don't know.
No, I think I would get down with that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just basically a rice milk instead of a regular cow's milk.
Who do we talk to for corporate? Maybe they have already thought of this. I don't know, but they have.
But like they had like empanadas, but like dessert empanadas. I'm trying to remember what the flavor was now. Like a salted caramel one, I think, which actually kind of sounded good. and something else. I can't remember. But then they also had like poutine, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about that one. What else was on there? I don't know. There was actually kind of a lot.
But would it actually be like poutine where it's cheese curds, or would they just use their artificial
No.
cheese?
I think it would be like a Mexican Taco Bell version of poutine. Like it's not like,
What would it be?
this is a wonderful question. I
It
wish.
just sounds like loaded fries at that point.
I mean, it's basically what it looked like, to be honest.
As long as they bring their fries back, I'm down.
Let's see. But I won't lie, the video looked. See, now I have issue because I never know like what is real and what's not real anymore.
That's why you look it up.
Can I look things up?
I don't know. Can you? Are you capable?
I don't
On a
think
side
so.
note, while she is looking that up to keep everybody entertained. So last night, I don't know. My dogs have this habit lately of getting up in like the middle of the night at like 2 or 3 in the morning to go to the bathroom because apparently they have nothing better to do at midnight. So anyhow, they get me up, go to the bathroom, I let them back in. And normally the routine is after letting them back inside, I get Scooter his heated blanket on the couch ready. And I went to pick it up and I leaned over to pick it up and he comes flying in the living room and smack right in my face. Oh my God. I took a minute and like instantly right under my eye, it started to swell. And it still feels like there's a bruise. I swear I thought I had a concussion. I swear.
That's wild.
Okay.
Because the biggest thing with that entire story was that your
Hello?
dog has a heated blanket on the couch.
Crunchwrap sliders?
Yeah, they already have those.
I didn't
You only
know
get
that.
you only get 2 per order. I haven't had them. Noah had them.
It
You
comes
only
with
get
the
2 per order, and
green
they're like
chili queso.
big.
They're small.
They're like
Only
this
$5,
big.
so it's not terrible. But
Yeah. Okay. So this is the poutine. Just to appetize you all because it looks so appetizing. It will have cheese curds, apparently, it says. I don't see cheese curds on there, but apparently we'll have cheese curds. And then slow roasted pork gravy. And apparently they're coming out with an ube strawberry cookie.
An ube strawberry cookie?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, it was a caramel apple empanada. And then a pumpkin spice empanada. Those are the 2 flavors.
That sounds good.
So, they're gonna do taquitos, I think it was.
Nice.
So, that could be interesting. I don't know. Cheese cracker into a tostada. Queso crisp taco. I don't know how interesting that sounds technically.
That totally gives me Applebee's.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
wonton.
Yeah, she did. But yeah, so
Nice.
yeah. But yes, I do love me some Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
Just not right now.
Okay. On another subject, unless someone else had something to add to that.
No.
Okay.
Continue
So
on.
every so often, when I can't fall asleep, so like last night, I couldn't fall asleep because my head was throbbing because Scooter ran into it, and I will like turn on like a Disney movie in the background just to like fall asleep to, and so I went on to Disney. Tell me why. There's a new Daredevil out. Did you know this?
A movie?
I think it's a series. It's like
With a different actor?
or something. No, I think it's the same one.
Oh.
So
Where are you
tell me
turn
why.
off that?
That's like my weekend plan is to binge that.
I never finished the first
Oh, I did.
series.
I did.
It started getting monotonous.
Still good. still good.
Yeah, just a little monotonous. A little bit the same, if you ask me.
Yeah, but you could say that a lot of shows. I don't know, man's. But anyhow,
Not anime. Sorry.
that's true. Shout out to anime. I started watching Doctor Stone. Have you ever seen that one?
Ooh, slowly seen that.
I'm on season 2.
It's on my to watch list. You're
Yeah.
already on season 2. What the heck?
It's
What
not
the
that
heck? It's
long.
like 22. I'm long.
It's how
But
many
they're coming
episodes?
out with their final season this year. Like they've already started putting out the final episodes for the final season.
How do you guys
So,
watch things so fast?
I
I'm still
haven't
on the
watched
first
the
season
final
of the
season.
I try to do everything
apothecary
during the
one.
week, so I have the weekend to just.
There's really only
I
one
don't
season
have
out of
weekends.
Apothecary Diaries right now, Tegan. So
There is, and
Yeah,
shout out
I
to
haven't
them.
finished it.
yeah, but you're not like slow.
Solo leveling. Sorry. Okay. Those are like my shows right now. I finished High Rise Invasion. Really like
Did you
that
enjoy
one.
it?
I did enjoy it actually quite
It's
a
so
bit.
sad. I don't think they're coming out with another season.
Wait, actually, it totally sets up for another season. It has.
Correct, but
It may
it's a
have not got
Netflix series, I
renewed.
think. So I don't think it got renewed.
Aw,
Netflix really likes to drop a lot of their shows, and
they do.
I love Netflix. I love you,
But I hate
but you
that.
really piss me off sometimes.
Facts.
Yeah, they do. I don't like when they, especially like some of those shows that are, if you watch them, they're actually pretty good, but like
Mhm.
nobody talks about them, so not many people watch them. Like, you remember that one show we watched about the girl who was like a ghost in her high school or whatever?
Yes, High School Spirit or whatever.
Yeah, Netflix dropped it, but I think
I think someone picked
Paramount
it
or HBO is picking it up, but you have to pay for a
Yeah.
different subscription then.
Right.
Just
I
like,
know. Well, even remember the one we watched solely, which was like Julie and the Phantoms?
Mm-hmm.
That one was
also
low
really
key good. And then they didn't pick it
yeah,
up.
you
for
guys
season-
tried to get me to watch that, I think, didn't you?
Yeah.
But
Probably.
it's like a kid's show.
No.
And anyways,
It's an
it just
anyone
pisses
show.
me off because Netflix has the money from all of their other shows that make a crap
Yeah.
ton of money.
Ton of money.
And it's
Yeah.
like you can self-fund these second seasons. Like
You can.
if you
Like,
change
just bring
the ending a little
closure.
bit, fine. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like, but just give me something I can live with.
Right. Yeah.
But for you to just like
Yeah.
not finish it off, like it
I
pisses me off
know.
when people
I
are like,
hate
"Well,
that.
just go buy the manga, go read the book, whatever." And it's like, but I
We
When
need to
it's
see
anime.
it. We need to
it.
see
I
it.
just wanted to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's so disappointing when that happens.
It is.
I know.
It is. But, you know. Did you ever watch Stranger Things, Sully?
Yes.
You've watched all of it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think the 5th season is supposed to come out
This year.
this
Next
year.
year?
Yeah, I think so.
This year, I think.
Like postponed.
It's the last season.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's one of those shows that I'm always like, I don't want to watch it because, like, you forget how good it is until you
You're
watch it.
watching it again. Yeah.
And you get a few episodes in and you're like, this show
Yeah.
actually kind of good.
For me, it's just how much the kids have grown up since the first season.
What
And
is
it's
wrong
just
with that?
like, well, because like they technically haven't grown up that much in the show.
They don't look that much older.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know. I feel like they do.
I mean, they are literally older, which is so weird to me or something. I think I saw something and like Millie Bobby Brown is like 21 or something now. And I'm like,
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
wasn't she like 11 when it started? 10?
It has been a while, and it's just because it keeps taking them forever to put out a new season.
Am I that old that like Stranger
I think-
Things? When did the first season of Stranger Things come out?
It came out when we were in high school. I know that.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Okay.
not trying to count back like that. Not in front of everybody.
You could just look it up on Google.
Anyhow, another one I watched
she
lately
means for
for
her
all
age.
of our anime people. Yeah, no.
No, I know.
Is Given.
Oh yes, you did watch that.
Loved me some Given. Really had me. I thought it was just gonna be about one gay
2016.
couple, and turns out everybody's gay.
Almost
Talk about
10 years ago, I
fantasy
was
world.
right.
And then Parasite. Have you guys seen Parasite?
No, not yet.
Bro, you should.
Are you talking about the anime or like the
Or the
movie?
actual.
Well, there's
Because
both.
there's a movie,
But
right?
yes, there's a movie.
Is it
But
based off the anime or the
no,
manga?
it's not.
I think it's
Oh,
the
okay.
other way
Two
around.
different.
No, yeah. No, they are nothing alike, other than their name.
Wow.
You've seen the movie? Isn't it like a horror movie or something?
No, it is?
Like a suspenseful kind of
Because
movie.
it won a lot of awards at the Academy.
No, I know. Yeah.
It's a
And I
good
feel like
movie.
horror movies are never up
movie.
there.
No, it was a good movie.
It's always
A
the
weird
most
movie.
weird
movie.
movies.
Yeah.
The
Like,
ones that
what the
no
flip was
one.
La La Land, Tomorrow, Never Tomorrow? What the flip are these
Yeah.
things?
Dude, the one with the fish and the
Freaking
woman,
mermaid? Yeah.
like underwater or whatever. I don't remember what it's called.
Yes, I had to
Oh,
watch
what
that
are these
as an
movies?
assignment for a Spanish class I took in college. And I can't even remember what the reason was. I think it's because the main character, the girl, is Hispanic, and there's like
Deaf though.
underlying Hispanic. I think she's Hispanic, isn't she? Maybe
Yeah.
she's white. What is that called?
She's passing white.
Shape form for the
Shape of Water.
the shape of water, something like that.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyhow,
No, that's such a
Parasite
weird
though,
movie.
the anime show, definitely
Okay.
a watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's on my list to be watched. My TBW is massive.
I'm
Just
like
VR.
flying through my anime list, you guys.
Congratulations.
You seem to have a lot of spare time these days.
Yeah, what the heck?
Everything's done during the week, and then I just have my 2 days on the weekend to do everything I want to do.
That's so nice to have a 2-day weekend.
I know.
Must be nice.
It is.
Let's also recall that I haven't had 2-day weekends like ever up until this past year.
What do you mean?
I mean, up until like 6 months ago, I held out at least 2 jobs, like for forever.
That was by choice, yeah.
Yeah, it was, and I never had a 2-day weekend.
Was not for forever, considering the pandemic was just in 2020 and ain't nobody was working back then, so
Yeah, it's true.
I miss those days because then I was
Yeah,
just
what
like
do you mean for that long, wasn't it?
The pandemic?
No, that you had 2 jobs.
I mean, it's been at least 4
was.
years.
But also, no.
No, well, because like
That's
all through
not.
all through college, which was 3.5 years, I did full-time college, full-time work. That's technically 2 jobs.
No,
And
because you're
then
not paid to go to school.
Right, yeah.
Therefore, it's not a job. It's
It's
just
the hours of a job, but it's not a job.
No, it's more than the hours
more
of
than
a
the hours
job.
of the job.
No, I know it is.
Should be getting
but-
paid overtime. Thank you.
I should be getting paid.
Thanks. And then
Apologies.
there was the period that I was at. Where was I at? I was at BioLife and the hospital. And then I went from that to Park Nicollet and the theater. And
Yes.
then, just
Also, for some reason, you are a little bit of a workaholic. If you
I
ask me.
am. Yeah, but now I just stuck to rather than having 2 jobs. Because I technically had 3 because I was also tutoring. But then you could also say I had another one on the side because I've been babysitting like since 2018.
Yeah, but that's just like sprinkled, right?
Yeah, it is sprinkled as they get older. That's for sure. Yeah. Anyhow, so
Those kids don't been older, but okay.
I would like to say that they definitely could be on their own, but then I'd be out of a job. I like me my extra cash.
Fair. That is
Oh my gosh. Plus, last time I babysat, it was super easy. We had so much fun. We just did charades, and I sat there laughing my butt off as they tried to act stuff out. It was hilarious. Easy money.
And you got paid for that.
And I got
I
paid to do
love
that.
charades.
Yeah.
You know what I don't get paid for?
Oh my good lord.
What just?
I saw this one joke, and I feel like it shouldn't be surgeons. It should be so. What's the difference between puppies and medical students?
Puppies are happy?
No, when puppies grow up, they stop whining.
No, I will stop whining in residency because I'll be getting paid. I don't care if I have to work 6 hours if I'm getting paid for those, or not 6 hours, 6 days a week.
I was about to say 6 hours. What?
If I'm getting paid.
You want to hear another joke though?
You want to know what I don't get paid for?
Oh.
Working 10.
Why does the doctor carry around a red pen?
Why do they carry around a red pen?
In case
They
draw
don't.
blood.
In case they draw blood?
In case they have to draw blood.
They can fake it.
Red pen. Draw blood.
Oh.
Like draw.
Like literally draw like a picture.
Yes.
Yeah. If you gotta explain it that hard, it's
You want to hear another joke?
No, I want to explain what I don't get paid for, and that is working 10 to 12 hours a day for 6 days a week.
Chose life.
Actually, I will let you know, before I entered medical school, I did not know that I would have to be I knew I had to work for free.
Anatomy.
No, they're residents. They're all residents.
You thought it was better for them before that?
Yeah. I thought I would have weekends, and I did not think I'd have to take
Girly
call.
Pop should have done her research.
Mm-hmm.
Do you regret it?
They don't. No.
Why do you think only rich people go to med school?
You guys realize they don't just post that on the school. Like, you're not gonna find that.
Why would you advertise
that? You go to Reddit. Reddit has the answers to a lot of problems.
I am aware of that now, and I love
something
Reddit
breaks.
now.
Ask Reddit.
Literally anything. Ask Reddit. Reddit is like ChatGPT to me. Like, I love Reddit so much.
You know,
because so many people have the same experience as you.
Yeah.
Sorry. But go ahead with your so funny.
So many people. Wait, no. What? No, you said that. I was going to say, my friend in class today, right? We were talking about stuff, and she was, like, asking, like, is entropy... Nope. Gosh, man, I can words. Is aging a thermodynamically driven process?
How did you mix up entropy and aging?
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Because I was thinking about entropy, but I wanted to say aging. Because
why were you just randomly thinking about entropy?
Because thermodynamics is entropy.
Does nothing just float on your mind ever, Tegan? You start thinking, and you're like, yeah,
dirt.
Entropy.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it is right now, considering I'm in chemistry. Okay.
Oh, okay, that's fair. I was like, okay, I totally missed what you said though after aging because I
was really stuck on the fact that
is energy. No.
Aging. You said aging something.
Is aging. Is aging.
In her head.
Hopefully we don't mess you up.
Oh my goodness, if you don't shut your mouth. Otherwise I won't be able to speak. I'm already struggling. Is aging a thermodynamic process? Therefore, is it driven by entropy? Is what the question was. Because people say that, like, the reason why time moves forward and not backward or whatever and whatnot is because of entropy, right? Because entropy is always increasing, so you cannot move backwards through time because you would... Go ahead.
Time is a
yeah, I know.
It's a made up thing.
Correct.
Okay.
Anywho, so she had mentioned that, and I was like, well, that's like an interesting thought, And I was like, But there's studies that have like been done that like connect like the length of your telomeres to
Yes.
how long you
The
live.
aging.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I was like,
Black
and
people must have
they
some
used to
hormones.
think that once they got cut down a little bit, you couldn't get them back. And so it was just like
Yeah.
a kind of
I
process.
mean, used to. They think you can
Yeah,
now.
Yeah,
it's not how it
there's
works.
studies being done into seeing if you can reverse.
If you can, but the body doesn't naturally do that.
So maybe we stick with trying to like actually like cure diseases prior to trying to make people live longer. Anyhow,
Okay, but the
I mean,
reason
those are
why
kind of go
diseases
hand in
yeah,
hand.
is because people,
that's true. Well,
as DNA
Well, I mean, they
gets
kind of go
copied and
hand
all
in
that,
hand.
and
You have to do both, I feel like, because you can't try
because
to
if you're
make people
taking away
live longer
diseases, you're gonna
while
make people
letting
live
people
longer.
have disease. Yeah. You can't just like people won't live longer in general if they're having massive disease. Like that's you have to fix disease while also trying to make like they go hand in hand, I feel like. And once you start eradicating disease, people will live longer, right?
no, because like the whole point of telomeres is the fact that once they do shorten
But that
to
does
an extent,
telomere shorting doesn't cause disease per se.
No, and
no,
It
also they're
causes
not the
aging.
only determinant in
right?
aging. Because I
Yes.
think I've brought this up before that like there's also a study that's been done that like there's this area in your brain that's involved in like your will to do something, and so like
Oh,
if there's
mine's
something
tiny.
Mind blow.
if there's something you don't want to do and you go, okay, I'm not going to do it then, this area of your brain is smaller. But if there's something you don't want to
Uh-huh.
do and you're like, I'm going to do it anyway, then this area in
Mhm.
your brain is larger. People who have these larger
Okay.
areas in their brain tend to live longer.
Oh, I heard this too, actually. Wait, I feel like I talked about it with one of you guys. And it was like you know what, maybe I talked about it with Noah. But it was like you can train the area because basically you can be like, okay, I'm gonna do like if you're gonna be like, I'm gonna start waking up earlier, like at 6 a.m. every day. And if you set your alarm and you actually wake up at 6 a.m. and you consistently keep doing that, you actually make that area bigger. So like when you consistently keep doing those things, you make your will to do those things increase, which is kind of
Mhm.
crazy.
So the whole thing is kind of like saying like you can almost will yourself to stay alive longer.
Mhm, mhm.
So there's
Oh, I want to
multiple
do that.
factors that go into how long people live.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's got more to do with your willingness probably and less to do with maybe literal actions, because
Mhm.
as we went through in my nutrition class, you could be on paper one of the healthiest people out there and you can die at the age of 30.
Yeah.
You can be one of the unhealthiest people out there and live until you're 110.
Yeah. Yeah. And we don't know why. It just happens that way.
Yeah, it's got genetics, it's got telomeres, it's got the will to do stuff, it's got other stuff,
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
fancy.
On a similar-ish note, I saw a video today. I've heard about the concept before, but I saw a video today that Alzheimer's is starting to be called like diabetes type 3 because it's related to insulin and glucose. Like your brain uses a lot of glucose, right? Because it's always running in energy. Glucose picks it up. And there's areas of your brain that need insulin to take that glucose into cells. And one of those areas is the hippocampus, which is an area that's involved in Alzheimer's. And so if that insulin isn't functioning properly in the brain, then it prevents glucose uptake into the hippocampus and can result in Alzheimer's. Isn't that interesting? And it's not the only thing. Obviously, there's probably lots of other factors, but it is a factor.
Does that mean that that's a way to prevent?
Yeah, basically is like, regulating your glucose, not necessarily prevent, but decrease your chances of
Decrease
getting
your
Alzheimer's.
chances.
Because there's genetics that play into Alzheimer's as well,
Well,
and so you
yeah,
can't. But yeah,
can't mess with
but
that.
yes,
Yeah.
like living a healthy lifestyle to keep your glucose regulated, exercising, like yeah, all that kind of stuff can help you decrease your chance of getting Alzheimer's. Yeah, kind of interesting.
Yeah, really interesting.
Yeah, but it's
Crazy.
cool that we're starting to learn about this, right?
Yeah.
Because like Alzheimer's before, like just a few decades ago, was a mystery disease. It was like people
Yeah.
just like
It was like a death
start
sentence for most people.
forgetting. Yeah, like there's nothing to do about it.
Yeah.
And not that there's very much to do about it now once you start having it happen to you, but
Yeah.
it is it's cool that we're making so many advancements in the
Yeah.
field of I don't even know
Really
it's
cool.
medicine, but it's also like just like health. Yeah. And I think like the like proactive part of disease, like preventing, is starting to become more like important in studies now, because a lot of it before was just like, oh, this person has this disease, how can we treat it after they already had the disease, and now it's more like, what can we do to like what causes it, so now we can figure out how to prevent it, you know.
Yeah. That's neat. Also, nose picking.
Huh?
Have you not heard that one?
Nose picking?
Picking your nose.
I
Yeah,
feel like
it's
I
been
need way more
linked to an
context.
increase in like Alzheimer's and dementia because when you pick your nose, you'll get bacteria and stuff like that, like from your fingers and under your nails into your nose, and that's just a streamline to your brain. And then that's more bacteria and stuff going to your brain, which means more like antibodies and stuff like that have to attack that and like, you know, and so yeah, so it's been linked to increases in like dementia and Alzheimer's and stuff. So stop picking your nose.
You know, there was a time we were at Barnes and Noble, and there was
You're
this
right,
kid
okay.
near the checkout who just all up in there and then just
Mhm.
touching stuff,
So
touching
cute.
everything. Bro stuck his hand in his pants at one
Oh,
point and then was like back up in the nose, back on touching everything, and I was like, if somebody don't come get their child, if somebody don't come get their child, bro, what is going
dang.
on? What am
Please
I
tell me this kid
watching?
was like less than 5.
Maybe I don't
Looked it
really
at
remember.
least.
I just
Okay.
remember the disgustingness that I saw that day.
Stop. I like going to bookstores. Don't make me not
It
want to
was
go.
near the front though. It wasn't like where the books were.
The
It
books are.
was
Yeah, but you
Not
have
that
to
he
get to
wasn't
the
doing that
front
around the
to get the
books.
books.
yeah, but like
Where else
in
are
the
Maybe
you
it
gonna
was with the
kids'
kids'
books.
books.
Yeah.
I sure hope so. I sure hope so.
Oh my gosh.
That is how kids spread their little nasty colds everywhere to everybody. Ugh.
Germ factories.
Gotta
I
teach your
know.
kids hygiene.
Hey guys, what's so cool? What's like the best part about Switzerland?
This is another joke, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. But the flag is a big plus.
Uh, I feel as though our audience needs to understand that these jokes are actually top tier for Jazrin because they actually make sense.
Yeah,
So,
We used to have to deal with jokes like, "Do you know the bear on Elm Street?" And then you'd probably answer no, and she goes, "Neither do I," and starts busting out laughing.
yep, that was a joke. All her jokes were like that. And you're like, why are you laughing? So these are elite Jazrin jokes you're getting right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's another one. So, making an error is human. Making an error and blaming it on someone else is management potential.
You know what this is? We can clearly see you looking down to read the joke off your phone.
What? No, I'm not. My phone's,
Yes, you
over
are.
here. My phone's over
You say
here.
You're literally saying a sentence and then you look down, and then you say the next sentence and you look down.
Sorry. No.
It's for dramatic effect. Is this
It
your?
is. Yeah. Ah!
Oh, okay.
You want to hear another one?
Mm-hmm.
I asked my boss if I could leave work early. He said, yeah, but you'll have to make up the time. I said, okay, it's 35 o'clock.
I already saw where this was going once you said make up the time. And I was
Make
like,
up the time.
Wow.
Guys. Why does a chicken coop have only 2 doors?
I didn't even
Because
know.
if it has 4, it'd be a sedan.
Okay. I feel like our listeners have been thoroughly exposed to the unfortunate things Jasmine calls jokes.
Hopefully one of those made you laugh.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it.
Whether
but
you thought it was funny and you laughed, or you thought it was so cringy, you laughed. Either way, hopefully you laughed at something.
Shout out Girl Scout cookies. Don't know. I feel like we did a shout out last week. Girl Scout cookies are on sale.
Not we, Jasmine. You. You did a shout out last week, and yet you are doing another one this week.
Go get your Girl Scout cookies.
Why are you pushing so hard? You're not in Girl Scouts
Girl
anymore.
Scout
Bro.
cookies. Go and get
You left that life.
they're at your local Cub and possibly your local Wendy's too.
Unless you're not from Minnesota.
And probably your
then
local
they will
hardware
not
store.
be at your
Oh,
local-
LOL.
Your local grocery store.
Cub. Guys, just come to
Firelies.
Minnesota so you can understand the Cub foods, okay?
Seriously. Don't let
Freeway.
the people on Love is Blind sway you away from Minnesota. Minnesota is a great state to live in. Yes.
Yeah, like when you really think about it, like,
There's not much bad.
no, just the
mosquitoes.
coldness. That's it.
Mosquitoes and
The
cold.
mosquitoes are
I'm
really
not
not that big of a
diverse.
deal.
If you stay inside.
Or if you just like get some bug repellent that works, you know.
Yeah.
Apparently, cinnamon sticks are great for repelling
Yes, I heard
mosquitoes.
that.
Like just
So
cinnamon sticks or
maybe
like
next
burning
time-
cinnamon sticks?
Just cinnamon sticks, I believe. And bay leaves are great for putting in your grains and grains for sure. To make sure you don't get any bugs in them.
Yeah. Smart.
I know why you know that.
I actually, so there was this one time I was watching the fireworks for the 4th of July, not by choice, but I was doing
Oppression.
and someone there had, it was almost like a little mini speakerish thing, and you turn it on, and I think it emits some sound wave
Oh,
or something
for mosquitoes?
mosquitoes don't like, and I swear it is literally the best thing in the world. Not a single mosquito touched me when I was near it. Like, they don't come within a certain radius of it.
That is going in the backyard. So fast. So fast.
But I think it's like not that huge of a radius.
Yeah,
so
you
I
just
wonder
get
if they
a bunch
have bigger ones or something, or
That's fine.
many of them.
Or just
So
stays near me.
I was like, that's actually pretty cool because you don't have to worry about smells if you're someone who is like opposed to strong smells or something.
Yeah, or like washing it off later.
Yeah.
But what
Like,
if you have a specific sensitivity to this wavelength?
Gosh, like a dog. Would a dog have a specific?
Like hearing? I don't think you would because I heard literally nothing.
But what if there's somebody?
Maybe. Then
I'm
you're
just saying.
special.
Then it sucks to
I'm
be
just
you. You're gonna be eating the
Deal
mosquitoes.
with the mosquitoes.
Yep. Or the sound. Can't win them all.
No. Why'd we get here? I don't know, but Girl Scout cookies. That's right.
Girl Scout cookies. Cookies.
You want to tell me why? Like, everybody hypes up like freezing your Thin Mints and then eating them, but I've never tried it.
Oh, what?
Oh. Yeah, I thought we did
Good.
try it, Lily.
We
You should
did.
try it. It
I
is
don't
good.
remember.
I thought we did, and we were like,
I enjoy them.
Maybe
here's my thing is, ever since Girl Scouts changed their
it's just not as
manufacturer,
good.
none of their cookies are as good anymore.
No.
None of them.
Also, the fact that, like, why did we have to change the names?
Literally.
Like,
Peanut butter patty?
tag-alongs
No,
were
it's a
fine. We
tag-along.
don't need to call it. Yeah, we don't need to call it a peanut butter patty.
Yeah.
You already have like the
Or
peanut butter
Dositos.
sandwiches.
But
Yeah,
those were Dositos, remember?
I know those are Dositos, and you have your Samoas. I don't know what they call them anymore.
Caramel coconut or
Or
something.
yeah, like or caramel
I
delights.
think it's because they
Yeah.
changed the
Delight, yeah.
manufacturer.
Coconut
And
delights.
it was
Caramel
probably
coconut.
It's not as
copyrighted under
fun.
that manufacturer. And the manufacturer's like,
disrespectful.
you're gonna take
Not
your
fun.
you're gonna take
They need to
your
go back to the other manufacturer because that other manufacturer had low prices.
I'm sure they changed the manufacturer because they actually could get cheaper prices somewhere else. And then up their prices so they can make a bigger profit. Yeah.
All I'm saying.
But yeah,
For it.
I genuinely, this is why well, the main reason I said no to buying Girl Scout cookies is because I'm poor. But it's also because I just genuinely don't enjoy their cookies anymore. Like,
The lemonades are good.
I do like the
lemonades
lemonade.
are good. I do like the little French toasty looking ones.
I do too.
Those
I
are
can't eat a lot
okay.
of them, but they're pretty good.
Right.
I still
They're
love a
sweet.
Thin Mint and a tag along. Like
I really wish
I'll
they
still
could
eat
make
it.
the shortbread
Just don't
cookies
taste the
still.
trefoil.
Yeah,
The
trefoils.
trefoils,
Those ones are so good for no
Yeah.
reason.
they
I
really
know.
were.
What crack are they putting in it? What crack? Tell me which brand and I'll go get. No, I'm kidding.
But like, why did they stop making this? Because that was like
They
the
didn't.
original.
They still
did.
make
They still
them.
make them, and they
Oh,
still
then
have
why?
the same name.
Yeah. They just
They
have
do.
butter in them.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know if it's like butter or
Oh,
milk,
she can't
but they're
eat them
not
because
vegan.
butter in them. Oh,
Yeah, because it's a shortbread cookie.
were you?
Shortbread
know.
cookies are so good.
They are.
For no reason. Once again,
Yeah, they are really good.
there's no reason for them to be that good.
They're the underrated
Literally
cookie.
flour, sugar, butter. That's it.
It's great.
It's amazing.
It's delicious.
It's
It's
What
probably
makes it
because
like
it's so
so
simple.
goodness. Yes.
It's probably because it's simple. And it's just like not all this extra. Like sometimes you just need that simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like sometimes a good chocolate chip cookie
Oh,
is all you
Emma
need.
Jizzles, my goodness, guys.
Huh?
Oh my goodness, what?
So if I were to ask you the question, what's 9 plus 10?
21.
Okay, right? It didn't hit me until the other day, right? And I was like watching this video, and they're like one millennial versus like 5 Gen Zers, right? Find the odd one out, and they're all blindfolded or whatever. And they asked the millennial person, "What's 9 plus 10?" And they go, "Are you serious right now? Are you kidding me? It's 19." And I was like, "Oh my gosh! Wait, why did I never think that people don't know that?" So then I asked mom.
Oh yeah, mom.
Yeah, and mom had the exact same reaction. She goes, "Are you joking?" I was like, "Oh!" And then I ended up asking dad, and dad goes, 19. I was like, oh my goodness. So then I had to show them the video.
Wait, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. For
That's
a second,
funny.
like you say 19, and then
I was too, but I'm like, nah,
that's
she's good at something else.
Okay, but so like that's not that crazy, right? It's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. They're not the same generation.
No,
Yeah.
I go to work the next day. Ask a person who's the exact same age as me.
And they say
Like
19.
literally a couple weeks different. Right? And I go, yeah. And I was like telling my parents, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, I don't get it. You don't get it? What
Did
do
she
you
have social
mean?
media? Did she have social media?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
oh,
Yes.
oh.
And I was like, you don't know what's 9 plus 10?
Yeah.
She goes, it's 19, isn't it? And I'm like,
No, it's
So
not.
then I look to another person
What school do you go
who's
to?
slightly younger than me, right? 1 year younger. And I go, what's 9 plus 10? And she goes, 19? And I was like, what? And
Maybe
she goes,
it's just that it's like
9 plus
faded.
10? 20?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, wait, sorry, what did you just
Oh no.
And she goes, no, it's 19. And then I look to another person, I go, what's 9 plus 10? And she goes, 21. And I'm like, okay.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
You're not crazy because she was also a year younger than me. And then this other girl who's like, yeah, 21. And she's like, guys, if I know it, everybody should know
Everybody should
it.
know it.
And
Were
she's
the other
like,
people just like so
crazy.
confused?
no, they've never heard it before.
That's wild.
Wait, did
I
you
was
tell like
gonna-
mom and dad that was the wrong answer
Wait, what?
when they said 19?
When
You're
they
like,
said
no.
Oh, I was like, I laughed. And then they're like, is
Oh.
that, like, mom's like, is that not? And I was like, no, it's not what I was looking for. But like, objectively, it is correct.
Yes, like yeah, you
Yeah.
can math. You can't social media.
Yeah. And so we were just going through a list of we were just going through ones that like popped up in our head.
Oh
And
yeah.
like one of them that ended up coming up was like road work ahead. And I was like, can you guys finish how that goes? And they're like, no, I have no clue what you're talking about. It's one of the best ones. I remember when Jasmine didn't know it though, because she was driving and I was in the passenger seat, and I was like, road work ahead. I sure hope it does. And she just looked at me like, huh? And I was like, are you kidding me right now, Jasmine? Are you kidding me right now? Like, I know we call you grandma for funsies, but now you're really proving it. Like, hello?
I'm not gonna lie though. Sometimes, even with like people my age, sometimes I feel so lost. Like today, people were talking about like how they're just a white cloud, and I was like, "Is this a new term I'm supposed to know, or is this like
Is it a cracker?
a medical?" Well, the wildest part is that actually not very many people here are white.
Oh.
But they were referencing like if they're like good energy. And I was like,
Aura?
let me look it up because I meant to look it up. But like everyone seemed to know what it was, and I was just like,
how many aura points is that?
This is
I
giving
think
me
some
as,
people still.
oh, you just clocked me, and you guys were all like, huh? Huh? And I was like, wait, what? Because then I was like, wait, where have I heard this from? And then it wasn't until like a couple weeks later that I heard it again when I was at work. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Wait, which one, Sully?
It was you. Like, oh, you clocked my tea?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And you guys all just looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean? And then they didn't hear it again until I was at work. And I was like, oh, it was you who I got it from. Thank you. Because I thought I'd been going crazy this entire time. But no.
Could have been.
It essentially means,
been.
oh, you kind of like just caught, like you did me
yeah.
dirty. Like you really like pointed out the flaw in what I just said and like
It makes
left
sense.
it at that kind of thing. Like,
Okay.
Like you called me
if
out.
you were to be like, yeah.
Like
Like
you called me out on that.
If
Like,
I were to be like, oh my gosh, I have all
just,
this
like
stuff to do tonight.
what is
and
my tea supposed to be?
my tea? You just clocked my tea.
like you know, pouring
no,
my
but
tea,
what
like
is
my
my
secret,
tea?
like
My tea,
my secret, like you
yeah,
know, like
Oh.
like
like,
you like just called out like what I was trying to hide. Like
yeah.
See, the thing is like
it makes sense. It makes sense when you don't think about it too much.
yeah, it does make sense, but that's my problem is I think about it too much.
Because it's like, if
But
you're
yeah,
like,
no, I got you.
hey, I've got all this stuff
No, I got
tonight, and you're like, yeah, but you're also the one who was sitting on their phone the past 5 days. Then you could be like, oh, you just clocked my tea.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a second to think about.
And it was really funny because then I had to go help somebody, and I did that to her, and then she goes, friend. And when I came back, I was like, oh, what? She goes, you just clocked my tea and then walked away.
I like that one. I'm gonna use it at work tomorrow. You just clocked my tea.
wild. Oh my gosh. I saw this little. I know. Sorry.
I don't know why
Uh,
that reminded me of what's the name of the creator? Chris something. Call Me Chris, I think, on like YouTube
oh, I like
with the
her.
little
She's
baby
funny.
hands.
Yeah.
That's what that reminded me of.
Okay, but I saw this video of this French comedian, and he was like, I had to unlearn the N word because when you watch all like American movies in French,
Oh.
the N word means friend. So this is like friend, and it would just when they'd be like, "What up, my N word?" It would be like, "What up, my friend?" And I was like, "That's wild that that's what they're translating the word to." But like, also, I don't know what else they could translate it to.
What up, my dude? What up, my homie? What up,
My
my
homie,
But
my
either
black
way,
my
homie
dog?
that has a
Like,
it
lot of
doesn't
racial
come.
background to it. Therefore, you cannot say it.
Like it almost should just like be bleeped out or something.
bleeped out.
Because
Yes.
like in another language, it's never gonna come across as a word that you should not use unless you've been exposed to like the N word and you
Yes.
shouldn't, you know.
No,
I was
yeah.
like, imagine how many kids. Okay, actually,
Are,
I
like,
hope kids are not growing up
watching
watching
those movies.
movies with that word in it.
Unless if you're trying to like educate them and like help
Yeah,
them
yeah,
understand, like, hey, if you ever go to America, just know like this is its past, okay?
yeah.
Although they could be talking about themselves as well, because Europe wasn't much better.
True, true.
Let's be
Yeah.
real. No one around the world should be saying it. If you're
No one
No,
in general, in my own
no,
opinion.
I agree.
I agree.
Black or
But
white,
that's
green or
our hot
blue,
take.
pink or
Our hot take. Speaking of
It is our
French,
hot take.
so my
French.
ego exploded when this one woman who I used to work with who spoke French, it was her first language, still is. And there's one day I like went up to her and I'm like, oh, bonjour. And she's like, oh. And I'm like, what? And she's like, you say that better than I do. And then I'm like, teach me some more words. And I like say them. She's like, wow, you speak like French, like
This is
like the
giving
French.
Jack, paint me like one of your French.
And no, but now and then she like taught me some stuff. So then like anytime like I get like a patient who speaks French, I'll like have them sit down and I'll be like, bonjour,
Bonjour.
bonjour. And they're like, bonjour. And then they're like, you know, like they'll say
Start
like,
talking to you in French, and you're
yeah.
like,
Well, no,
"That's the only
they
word I
usually
know."
just start like how's your day or like how are you, and I'm just like there's being, and they're like, and then they try to say more, and I'm like that's all I got. like there was one
Then you
time I said
start
bonjour
speaking
to someone,
Spanish.
and then like they said like bonjour, and then like they kept kind of going, and I'm like comment allez-vous, and they're like bien, and I'm like, and then they're like comment allez-vous, and I'm like there's bien, and that's all I got. But anyhow, I feel
Wow,
pretty cool.
Congrats.
that's great, Joshrin. Not that you
But I
need
think that part of what you said
anything.
is very important. When you're learning to speak a new language, learning the accent behind it is far more
Yes,
important than learning the
yes,
words. Because
yes.
even if you know the words but don't know the accent, they won't understand you.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they really won't.
Bonjour.
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 I'm trying
Like
to
microwave.
like what's
What
an
are you saying
English
today?
comparison? Actually, you know, there
There's
is
so
English.
many.
Literally, people with super thick accents, and everyone
Yeah.
goes,
Yeah.
"I can't understand you."
Understand
Where
you.
people, like, you could compare it to, like, people if you just took the vowel out of every word. All the vowels, take them out. It's
Yeah.
kind of like that. And then you have to assume, like, what might fit in those holes. And it's like,
It's hard.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
learn your
flex on them
accents.
accents.
I feel as though it's not that hard.
Mm-mm.
It's literally just I don't know.
Yeah.
See,
To me,
okay,
it
so like
doesn't
for
seem that
me,
hard.
no, it doesn't seem that hard, but I feel like the one thing is like, and I don't know if like this is just what people's mindset is, but like when they're learning a language, like they might like use Duolingo or like Babbel or whatever, you know, and it's like this like automated like voice talking to you or whatever. Like you need to watch like a show or something and like understand
Mhm.
how like they just talk in a normal flow of conversation back and forth and through all these
100%.
different situations and stuff, and then like you can pick up on that. Like
Yes,
I be
100%.
learning Japanese, y'all, from anime, and I
Nani?
love it. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It's like my
Because
favorite one.
every time, because like I started noticing that like when I expect them to say something, I'll like say it, and then I'm like waiting for them to say it, and I'm like, nice, okay.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, real weird flex. But yeah, at 100% watching a show. I feel as though you don't learn
But
as
then
much if you
again,
watch with English subtitles, but
No, but you still pick up on stuff. Like
no,
obviously like
watching
absolutely.
anime is
watching
not the
something
most
with
accurate.
English subtitles and then trying to learn the language like on the side as well
No, it's
would
not.
help. What'd you say?
You get so many Japanese people who are like, if this is how you think we speak, it is not at all. Like,
Yeah.
that is not the wording,
No,
phrasing. Like, that's not
phrasing.
how we would
Yeah,
phrase the
no.
sentence. Like,
Well, I
And
even saw like um I watch a lot on Instagram, okay guys. And this person was like, I actually know a lot of Japanese, but if a Japanese person tried to have a conversation with me, I would not know how to have a conversation with them because it's all anime Japanese. It's not like, oh, where's the bathroom? It's like you're. I just found your brother stabbed by that weird monster in the corner.
like, what are you doing, idiot?
Like it's nothing normal. It's nothing normal. And I
I
was
know.
like,
But my favorite
yeah.
part though in anime is like how much they just like almost like grunt like when they mean like yeah, okay. Like let's go. Like just like the
Oh
response.
my gosh.
And every time someone grunts, it's like a different subtitle and I'm like this is awesome. I just want to grunt. It's like okay, like you remember in Spider-Man? You remember in
Like
Spider-Man,
that,
what
you
was
know?
it? Like Far From Home or whatever?
I understood what
When
you said.
like when they when they go to I don't even know where they like their
Oh,
first
I know
stop
what
or
you're talking
whatever.
about.
And
Yeah.
like MJ
And they're
figures
speaking
out
it.
like this one word and she's like, it means everything. And I don't even remember what it was.
I don't actually remember now what you're
But
talking
it
about.
almost
You
gives
lost
me
me.
like those vibes.
You know, I also realized in anime, I only realized this because Noah keeps pointing it out every time I watch anime. And like, and the worst part is he knows when it's gonna happen, so he does it before. And so you know like how like someone's saying something and it's kind of like a shocking thing, and then the other character will just like pause and then be like or something like that. Or like, oh, you know?
Yeah.
He does that now. I can't even do it in the anime way. But there's the anime way, you know? They do it a lot.
Yeah.
Anyways. I
So
can't even
Bo
think now.
from the
Is it
movie.
Go?
Bo. B-O-H. She's like, it means
Bo?
everything. Bo, yeah. It's like whatever, I don't care.
I vaguely remember
Yeah,
this, but
yeah.
I don't remember enough of it. It's
Because like
okay.
someone came up to her and like they tried to like offer something, she's like, Bo. And like they walked away and she's like, it's my power. It's my superpower. Anyhow. But yes.
I have a weird memory for movies and TV shows.
I do.
I literally forget everything. You guys will literally be talking about a show that we all just watched, and you start talking about something, and I'll be like, "Do we watch the same show?" Like I don't remember this. Like, this happened.
No, I don't know. I feel like I have this problem where like, especially like with like shows that like I like people will talk about it and I'm like, I don't remember that from the show. And I'll be like, I gotta go rewatch the show. And then,
You
like, I
don't
rewatch the
remember things
show.
from the show?
There's sometimes, yeah, I don't remember things like right away. Like it's okay. I will admit, like when I first started getting into anime, like I don't remember everything from like all the
Bro,
first ones
I
I watched.
swear, like I
Yeah,
feel
that
like it
happens.
was the opposite when Jasmine was first getting into anime, and like we'd be like talking about characters, and she'd be like, "I don't remember."
Yes. She'd be like, I have no idea who you're talking about.
You're
And
talking
we're
about.
like, she's like, just describe them to me, and it's like,
Me, and we'd be like, Jadrin, we're talking about literally the main character
main
right now.
character.
The main character.
But no, that's
But I
so
feel like that
valid. Like,
happens
there's
until
some
you like
shows
get
like
into anime. Like there's always a turning point anime for everyone. Like I remember
Death
I
Note.
watched the Seven Deadly or what was it called? Deadly Sin. What was it called?
Yeah,
Seven
Seven
Deadly
Deadly Sin.
Sins. And like I could not tell you a majority of things that happened in it. But then I watched Death Note, and that was my turning point anime. Literally remember everything about that show because so freaking good. It's a masterpiece. And then when you find it and you watch other shows like that, you're like, oh, this is like Tokyo Ghoul, AOT,
Bruh,
literally?
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer, JJK. Like you just start watching these shows.
Yo,
and
I'm
you
all.
literally find your
How do
turning
you
point
spell that?
anime.
That's what I want to know.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Put on the Japanese subtitles. Actually, it might not be English translated sounds. Never mind. It would be
What?
like their symbols, like their
Oh, yes. It
They're
would be their
kanji? Is that?
They're
is that-
characters. They're called characters.
characters.
No,
Sorry,
each
they're-
because they have three different language.
They do.
within their
They have
system.
3 different
Yeah.
languages of characters.
And
It's
the written
insane.
one is called
Yeah.
kanji. I thought.
But every
yeah.
language, like each individual whatever is a character.
Correct, but in Japanese specifically, I'm pretty sure the written form of the language is kanji.
Yes, that's the
Did you know
name
that they
of
have
it.
a whole nother like language just for like foreign words?
You
Like
need to
what?
explain because I don't understand.
Like for
what
a
you're saying.
name, like for a foreign name. Like I was seeing a video on this, and they're
like
like,
in Japan.
Yeah, they're
They
like, I
have
grew up in
another-
Japan, and I'm a tattoo artist now, and so a lot of Americans want to get Japanese things like tattooed onto them, and because it looks cool or whatever, and they wanted to get their name tattooed onto their arm,
Yeah.
and
But
he was
just,
like,
like,
okay, this is
translate
what
like
it would
that.
look like, and he was like, well, that looks not cool, and he's like, okay, well, this is what it would be
Right.
if you went there, and he was like, just give me something that sounds like it. Right? And his name was like Gary.
Harry?
And it ended up like
No.
translating into like diarrhea.
Well, yeah, there's like a whole thing on like half the people who get Japanese like words and stuff like that tattooed onto
it's
them.
not even what they
It's
actually
not
think it
even
is.
what they think it is.
No.
And like
Yeah.
people will laugh because like they'll see the tattoo and they're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
It is.
But this dude essentially did it knowing that it wouldn't be
It was
his
gonna
name.
be-
He just wanted to sound like his name. Like it'd be pronounced as though it were his name.
in Japanese, like
Yeah.
pronounced similar.
So it would be pronounced like Getty. But it means diarrhea.
Oh, that's so unfortunate for him. Not for me. That's a very funny story.
Diarrhea.
But like you see that even in anime, they'll be like, yeah, my name's this, but it's written as this and this. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's so bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Like,
I know. Yeah. It also kills me when people like from other countries come over here and everyone's always like, especially when you're in school and they're always like, do you want to pick a name? Like, no, they have a name. Call them by their name. You don't need to give them some simple name like Jessica.
They say that?
Yes.
well, I mean,
When?
I've had teachers who like are like, do you want to like pick an English name?
That's
Yeah.
I mean, I
I've
know a
never
lot
heard
of like
that, but I know.
in Asian culture, I know that they give their kids like their native language name and then also an American name. But I think
Yeah.
that's for convenience on their part. They'd rather their kids have that name so they can fit a little bit more into American culture.
Or the lack thereof.
You're right. Yeah.
But like, I feel like a lot of other, yeah, that's why culture. I feel like a lot of other like Hispanic people don't do that. Like Middle Eastern people don't do that.
They just have
African
like,
people
white
don't do
people
that.
name.
I think it's more just like an
Yeah.
Asian
Asian thing.
culture thing. And I think that's because that's kind of how they are.
Guys, tell me why
Like
I
they
was
want
so
to fit in.
stupid. I didn't realize that Somali was just a spoken language and it's not a written language.
Why do you feel stupid about that?
Because, like, why didn't I know that?
Why do you need to know that?
I don't know.
When would
Well,
you have learned that information?
the whole point about learning this information was because, like, I was trying to translate something into multiple languages because we get a lot of like multilingual people in the clinic, and I was just trying to like put a sign up that like everybody could read, and so like I just did like the common ones that we get, so like Somali, English, Spanish, and then Russian. And
But you didn't do Somali.
I did do Somali
You
because
don't get Spanish?
what?
You
didn't
said the
say
common
Spanish.
ones, and you didn't
I
even say
said
Spanish.
I said
No, you said Somali, English,
Somali,
something, and
Spanish,
Russian.
and
I
Russian.
don't think you said Spanish. But okay, go ahead with your story.
Anyhow, so
You
yeah,
couldn't write
so
Somali
I
in there.
well no, because I asked someone I asked someone who speaks Somali at the clinic to like translate what I wanted from English into Somali, and like they came up to me later and they're like, okay, this would be it, and it was like so long. It was like they translated like the one sentence I had into like 3 sentences, and I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, this is
Yeah.
like so much gibberish, and it was like all English letters. And I like went to someone and I'm like, that's insane that like they have to say this many things just to say one little sentence. And he's like, that's because it's just a spoken language. It's not a written language. So they just use English characters to sound out the words that they say. And I'm like, how did I not know this?
I didn't know that either.
I
Because you
didn't
don't
know that.
get taught
now
what
you do.
languages are written and spoken, only written. Like, that's not something you're taught.
I guess not.
But I mean, that is a written way of writing the language, right? Because
But
there's
like
a
they don't
bunch of
have
languages
like
that use the like normal or not normal, the English alphabet, right? Because doesn't like German use the? I mean, like they have some additional characters, but like they
no, 'cause
use.
I think it's a lot like a lot of other languages where like they have their own characters and then like to translate them into like a way of writing it in English, like just like Japanese, right? Like they have
No,
their
but I
characters,
get that.
but then like to like write like
But I'm saying there are languages, like for example, Spanish uses pretty much the
yes, okay,
English
yes.
alphabet plus some characters.
Yeah, Latin too.
French
Yeah,
uses pretty much like
like Greek.
I mean, in that sense, that
Yes,
is
okay,
their written language
okay.
because if they
Yes,
don't do it in another way, but
you'd
you
agree.
can write it
Because you
in
could
some
say the
form.
same for Spanish. A lot of like native
That's true.
Spanish
They
speakers
don't,
don't
yeah.
know how to write
Yeah,
Spanish.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
true.
So it's
Yeah.
like
That's true.
I guess
It's more of a
unnecessary for them.
spoken
I don't
language.
know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Well, I
know,
feel like we probably like English speaking probably speak or uses a lot more written things anyways. For some reason, I don't know. I feel like other cultures don't. Maybe that's just.
what do you mean?
I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I was trying to think of like getting at
Makes
signs
sense
here.
in
I'm like,
my
nope,
head.
everybody has signs everywhere. That's how you communicate.
Hmm. I don't know, guys. maybe it comes down to education. I feel like we use a lot of paper, or at least we used to. Not so much now, but
She's like,
we use a lot of paper. Whereas, like, I feel like maybe in other countries that it's a lot more like interactive learning rather than like other than like
Physical,
China,
like,
stuff like that. Yeah,
like, oh, write this sentence again. Oh, write this sentence.
because I mean, like,
That's true.
truly, what is the value of knowing how to write unless that's a profession you're gonna like? You like think about
Yeah.
it.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Yeah. Unless if you can read and you can speak it, that's more important than being able to
Yeah,
necessarily write it.
I feel like that's like a very
The Apothecary Diaries.
yes. That exactly. I knew exactly what was gonna happen on that too. I was like, "Girl, you kind of had a stupid moment."
Well, I mean, she was saving a life. It like
No, I mean just by the fact that like he held up a sign and she read it and she decided to follow it knowing no one else could read.
She didn't
no,
think
she
about
tried
that.
to leave.
She did try to leave like 2 seconds after she realized, wait, I'm the only one who can read. Yes.
Bro, pretty much everyone out the door before she was like, "Oh,
Yeah, 'cause you
actually,
know how
let
anime
me
time
just try to
works.
leave."
Their like thought process takes a minute
It's a
when you
long
watch
time,
it,
but
but
it's
in
only like
reality, it's like a
2 seconds.
millisecond.
No.
Yeah.
Literally, I think everybody was pretty
No,
much out the
everyone
door.
just turned around really
Because
fast, Tegan. You just don't know what you saw.
no, because I'm pretty sure they showed her turning around and people were literally pretty much out the door.
Okay, but also,
And
if
then,
that were you, would you really be thinking like, "Oh shoot, that's right. I'm not supposed to know how to
Right,
read."
read.
Like your initial
No.
thought process
yes,
would just be like, "Oh, there's a sign up there. Okay."
Okay, yeah.
I would read it and then I'd be like,
This
"Oh,
seems
that's
sus.
for me. This is weird." And then I'd be like, "Wait, no
And
one
how
else knows
long
how
would
to
you?
read."
How long would that have taken
Right, how
you?
long would that thought
Seconds.
process take you, Tegan?
And then you'd be like, "Oh shoot, I need to go
I
too."
need to go too.
But it wasn't even like he held up the sign and he said some things. And then I feel like he was like, "Okay, now you can leave." So, look, she had time.
Anyhow, rather than trying to come at her for this, because this is the whole
Literally,
start of the
Mama
show,
was
and
so
the reason
wonderful.
why
I
is the
think
Apothecary Diaries.
I
Love Mama.
I literally, it was her literal one stupid moment. That's it.
She's literally such
But
a
she's
vibe, such a
like
mood,
one of
such
my
a
favorite characters right now because she
so
is.
real.
I love
so-
it. I
yeah.
love. Oh wait, I don't want to spoil anything for her yet. Never mind. So anyhow, on a different note, so you know how we're talking about like dementia and Alzheimer's and stuff. Did you know there's like a community or like this like little city or whatever?
I think you've
I
told
don't know, in like another country, I don't remember where, that like everyone who lives there like has some sort of like neurodegenerative or just mental disorder that like they can't really remember things very well and they can't live on
Sounds
their own.
like inbreeding.
But everybody,
they're all old.
they're all older people. So instead of like,
Yeah,
and so
and the
instead of
only-
like
But they all
the
live on an
older,
island.
like a
No,
it's
it's
just like a
this
little
like
city.
community,
Yeah, it's
and
like
like
this
the
little
only
community,
people that like
a
work
village.
there, like they have shops and everything, but the people that work there are like care workers,
Care workers, yeah,
so they can
and they're
keep
all
an
like
eye on
trained,
them.
yeah, to help.
People move there because
Yes.
they have it.
And it like provides them with
I
a
thought you
better
were
life
saying
and
like
like
they
some more
just
like
all get it.
independence, like rather than sticking them like in a senior living home or something.
That's
They like
cool.
still get to like shop and like go to the store and stuff like
Yeah.
that and like do their own grocery shopping or whatever and like go to the cafe or just take a stroll around a park, but people are still there to like
We get the
watch them.
idea.
Yeah, but it's super cute. Anyhow,
Yes,
I
that
told
is.
someone about that today and they're like, America would never.
Yeah, America would never. Because you have to pay for that. And guess who would be paying for that? Taxpayers. And guess who taxpayers care the least about? Other people in need.
It's more like it would be
Wait, what?
a super expensive living situation.
Taxpayers care about themselves and themselves alone.
Okay, now
And
you're saying
why,
every
like-
single person who has a job in America cares about themselves and themselves alone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly.
A majority.
Talking about the people who are in the
Large
top
majority.
1%
If you're trying to
whose
say-
taxes would get
Yes.
increased by a lot more. You're talking about them.
Yes.
then yes. But me as a taxpayer would be perfectly fine.
I'd be
with paying
perfectly
for
fine with my
something like
taxes going to that. It's because they're already taking taxes.
For
You can
Social
put it towards
Security,
what you
like
want. Like, unless you're going to stop
Medicare,
taking
Medicaid,
taxes and then it's
there's
going to be like an optional, like, put in taxes for this community, then yeah, maybe I'll still think about paying taxes.
so much of my taxes go to the
taking away
military.
taxes.
Like,
Oh, I know.
Yeah, and you don't want it to go there, right?
I would.
I would prefer for it to maybe decrease, because the amount that goes into the military is absolutely insane, and none of that goes
Yeah.
to
Too much.
veterans
You
that
know, it's
out of the
so,
service now,
yes, facts.
who have PTSD, who are living on the streets, who are
Yes.
addicted to things. None of my money goes there, and that would be the issue. If my money went there, I'd be fine. But the issue is that it doesn't, and it goes to things that we don't need more of, because we already have the largest military in the entire country. I
And
mean,
you know, we wouldn't need one if we just stopped dipping our hand into everyone's pot.
Okay.
But if this money could get redistributed back into education, because education's funding is so freaking low in comparison to that,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
imagine how many kids wouldn't go home hungry.
Imagine how smart our government might be.
I don't know about
If
all
education
that,
was at the forefront.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know about that either, but I'm okay.
Imagine how smart our government could
Society. You could just say society.
be. How much society
Government,
could
no.
be.
Society, yes.
my friend.
But
On
if
that
society
note,
was
let's
smart,
do
the
our
government gets
shout-outs and call it a
elected.
day.
So if society is smart, they'll elect smarter officials.
Maybe not. We'll see.
Okay.
Shout-outs. If we like.
Shout-outs.
Shout-outs.
Oh.
Shout-outs to
That's right.
Dr. Stone and to Parasite.
Okay.
And
For
to
those of you who have not picked up on the theme, Jasmine is going to shout out an anime every week. At least one.
Because anime is beautiful. Wonderful.
No, it is. It is. But that's all she has in life, I guess. So.
and shout out to my job for paying me this week, because that bank account was low.
Okay, moving on. Tegan, do you have a
I don't know
shout-out?
if I particularly have a shout out. What's the shout outs for exactly?
Just something you've
Anything.
appreciated this past week. Something people should go give a shot.
I mean, Chicago's cool, but I'm not really
Bean.
it. So, shout out to my school for providing me with free housing, because they should, and free parking, because they should.
Probably enrolled in your tuition, so technically you're paying for it.
It better not be.
You know it is. How else do they afford that?
It really better not be, because I pay rent. I don't need to pay double rent.
Yep. That's
Anyways, anything else?
Let's see.
How about a shout out to Instagram? Which, speaking of, if you watch less Instagram, you could get through your anime shows a lot faster.
I don't watch that much Instagram. I'm just saying.
But it has to be a
literally just
choice.
said on
And
the
sometimes
podcast.
it doesn't. Like this, okay, here's the thing: is she's probably on their reels or whatever, and so her hope is that she's only gonna watch 5 of them, but then 5 turns into 50.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
those.
the whole point was to not spend a lot of time on the phone,
Yeah.
but then it turns into
Yes.
scroll paralysis.
But that's the beauty of anime, though, is the episodes are so short that if you just watched an episode, it would hit you with that next episode, and you'd be like, "Oh my god!"
You would watch it because they leave you on a cliffhanger every single time.
Yeah,
so you would watch
that's
the next
my
one.
No, I met these people
I can't stop
who
watching anime.
would watch they would watch shows together, and what they do is they would, the first night they'd start watching a show is they'd watch the first episode and then half of the second episode and then pause.
That's
and
criminal.
Then the next night
Yeah.
they would watch the last half of that episode and then the first half of the next episode, and they're like, it's because they always leave you on a cliffhanger at the end of an
Correct.
episode, and then they like give you the details of it in the first half of the next episode, and they're like, and then at that point you can pause, and then you're not going to be like left wondering why. Like,
No, that's criminal. Like,
I
literally, the
know.
entire reason you go back to a show is because you're left wondering why or how
Yeah.
or what's gonna happen
Right.
next.
Yeah.
You won't be wondering that if you get your answer solved.
Yep.
Sounds boring. Don't live life like
Also,
that.
shout out
Spend
to
an
White
all-nighter.
Lotus. Anyone who hasn't watched White Lotus, go watch. That's not an anime.
Okay.
Ian, do you have an actual shout out?
Okay, shout out to Noah for watching Suki for this month. I
How
do
cute.
appreciate that.
You could shout out the Post
That
Malone
is all
Oreos that you finally tried.
Oh, yes. Thank you. See, I forgot I even had those. Shout out to the Post Malone Oreos because those are actually really good and madly addicting in a bad way, but really good. So,
Yeah.
you should try it.
Go get yours today.
Yes. Ooh, and shout out to the little sushi place in Rockford that when you order delivery from them, they send you a cute little reusable bag. So cute. Okay. You just needed to get me thinking about food. That would do it.
I see. I forgot what I was going to shout out because I took time trying to help you think about what you're going to shout out. Oh, Caribou. Shout out to Caribou and their raspberry white chocolate scone because it is scrumdiddlyumptious. I tried it a long time ago. I think I was with T, and then I got it. And T was like, "Are you sure it's got white chocolate in it?" And I was like, "I don't know. It just sounds good." Warmed up. I had one the other day. So good. It's so good. And I know not everybody can have Caribou because Caribou is local. And, you know, that's what makes it a charm because they actually care.
Abu.
You.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
And they have an Asiago bagel. And
yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
They also have lavender drinks. I tried one today.
So does Starbucks.
I know.
And Starbucks also came out with a cherry chai. For those wondering.
Yes, I saw that.
But yeah, so my shout out is to Caribou's raspberry white chocolate scone because it is so good. Show wise, there's a show called Pantheon on Netflix.
Oh my god, I watched like the first 2 episodes.
Animated, not anime. It is good. Intriguing. A very possible future as well, possibly already in reality. Don't know. Quite terrifying. But it's great. It's an amazing show.
And on that note, young children, we have gone.
Oh well.
They had to know this was going to happen. We were going on tangents this episode.
Yeah.
We love you all.
We appreciate you watching the full 1 hour and 24 minutes or so. It's greatly appreciated.
Absolutely.
And we hope you enjoyed it too.
Yes. And have a wonderful weekend.
But also, not to mind that you don't have to listen to it all in one go. Like, you can listen to parts here and there. And then you basically have an episode every single day. Like, if your commute's like 15 minutes and you listen to it every single day, 15 minutes.
But would you listen to it there and back?
Well, don't ruin it. Gosh.
Sorry.
Listen to music on your way back, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, because after work, you're more in like a music mood. In the morning, you're
like you have to start your day strong and listen to it.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. You need a good laugh to wake you up.
And coffee.
Not necessarily Jasmine's chicks, but hopefully other things.
It goes to work with you.
Alrighty.
Over and out.
Week.
Peace out.
Thanks for tuning in. See you all next week. Peace out.